You know, I was rewatching too. The day I was gonna watch 30, and I was like, man, I really enjoy these movies.
I love two.
I just love them.
Which one do you think was better, though, 1 or 2?
I still like the first one the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was just thinking, like, man, like, I don't know, like, there's something more to these movies than I feel like people kind of let on. Like this guy over here.
What the fuck is happening?
I think looking at just gotta see like the raunchy comedy, and that's all they take away from it. You know, their brain is like too small.
Just little people.
Dude, shut the fuck up. This is the same guy who said Long Legs isn't about anything.
And you agreed.
Oh my god. But you no, but here's the thing though.
You literally
No,
agreed.
but here's
the thing.
Oh my god.
The thing is, the thing is, I don't need a metaphor for anything. Right, we did go over it. But why? I'm not gonna say why is it easier for Deadpool to give me that message, but I'm gonna admit that Deadpool was easier.
Maybe because it's a movie for fucking babies. That's why.
But
it's a comic book movie. Why do you think the message is easier for you to grasp?
Right,
obviously.
I get that, but we were watching Long Legs and we were like, you know,
we got the baby ass brain now.
I get the message. We all agreed that the film did not really accomplish getting that message across.
I disagree.
I agree with that.
I didn't.
But for you to say like, to say all that and then to be like, oh, but there's something about Deadpool that these movies that people just don't understand. It's like for you, it seems like you're trying. No, but that's what you're basically saying. It seems like you're trying to die on this like really weird hill about like how Deadpool is like this like avant-garde piece that not everyone gets. Like, you sound silly.
It's not that. It really isn't. But I think some people just see the raunchy comedy, and I think that's a little disappointing.
That's how they kind of take away from it in a way.
Because I agree, you know, like this is a point that I wanted to bring up. Like Deadpool as a character changed like after his video game came out, because the video game made him very raunchy, where he had made all these sex jokes and all these boob jokes, and that's not necessarily who Deadpool was. And Ryan Reynolds really
embodies that.
He really embodies that kind of raunchy take on Deadpool. But like, it's not always there, and those are the points I enjoy the most. Because when it gets raunchy, like Deadpool 3 is really raunchy. I think it's the most.
That's what I
all three.
Yeah, 100%.
It was kind of like, I don't know, it's just not funny. Like ball jokes aren't the funniest.
They're like a Deadpool kind of sword.
These have those jokes, but like it's so much less.
And they go about it a different way. I feel like in this one it was so kind of blatant.
Yeah, you know, it was every second.
Yeah, and like in these ones, like they kind of
they're there.
It would be serious, and then like action, and then it'd be there, and then like kind of.
And then it moves on. Like not all the jokes are raunchy, and I feel like with this one, probably like 60% of them.
Yeah, it was low key overdoing it for me at least for sure.
Ignacio's waiting, like waiting.
Wait, what?
Waiting patiently over there.
He's plotting.
No, I'm
bro's
listen,
plotting.
Look at his mind.
I'm trying here to get something out of this discussion that's not completely just me, because I'm obviously gonna have a very different opinion than the rest of you guys.
You didn't even like 1 or 2 at all?
Here's the thing, is that I saw 1 and 2 both in the theaters. Obviously we love 1. We were like 14 or 15 when the movie came out.
Fair enough.
So we all obviously loved the movie when it came out. And I saw it a couple more times, but I haven't seen it in a while, years. 2, I thought was significantly worse. And when I saw it in the theaters, and I don't, again, like, it just felt like it treaded a little bit of the same stuff as the first one, in a less exciting way because it wasn't the first one. We've already been here before.
Okay.
And so a lot of like the shock value sort of went away from me. And obviously I wasn't an adult when the movies came out, when the first movie came out, so that was just something that I really hadn't really experienced, especially in a theatrical setting. Not only that, but I wasn't into cinema at that point. You know, I mean, obviously, like, saw all the Marvel movies. Yeah, and a couple of others, but nothing like it wasn't until I was like 17, 18 when I really started to watch a lot of movies. And so that's why and again, I haven't seen these movies I haven't seen 2 since it came out.
Yeah,
I was at once. I probably shouldn't. What?
No.
I mean, I'm not. See, here's the thing. I'm not really even trying to talk about 2 or 1. I'm not trying to sit here and say like those movies are ass.
No,
this and that.
I was just curious.
Yeah, fair enough. We're here to talk about the third movie,
right?
Which, I mean, I think on its own is just, there's a lot to say about it. And you guys are kind of criticizing it a little bit here like right now.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely interested to see what specifically?
I definitely
you
had
guys want to say?
I enjoyed the movie a lot, but I definitely had criticisms about the movie.
I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be kind of like No Way Home on a rewatch. I'm not gonna enjoy it as much.
That's interesting, and you know, I feel like
It's a
that
real
kind of encapsulates where we're going with Marvel, because and it's not just Marvel, it's really Disney, because this is the first movie that is in the MCU of Deadpool.
Yeah.
He obviously wasn't in the MCU for the first two movies, and it just feels a lot like, even as someone who, like, looking back on them, I can see a lot of the faults of the first two movies. There was something there, though. I really feel like if I rewatched at least the first one, I would get something out of it. This movie, I really was. I mean, I went in there expecting it to be horrible because I saw the trailers. I saw what they were trying to do in the marketing. I saw how they were trying to appease to all the comic book fans.
Yeah.
I saw right through it, because obviously you're gonna see right through it.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to go in. When I sat down, I really wanted to go in with open mind. I really didn't want to just slam on this shit. Like, I wanted it to be good. I don't want it to be bad. But, like, I don't think I laughed, like, legitimately, like, one time. Every moment of, like, humor just was an eye roll to me. Like, Deadpool lost any, like, earnestness, any, like, just honesty. And it all felt like Disney just kind of, like, becoming self-aware. And that's, like, the worst thing to me, when the machine becomes self-aware, because you're not doing it in a clever way.
Yeah.
You're just, like, you've been failing so many times that this is desperation.
Yeah.
And what highlights desperation more than the news that just came out yesterday? Which I'm so glad that we waited to do this now.
I know, right?
I know.
How
I was thinking about that shit too. Like,
How
yeah,
desperate do you have to be?
Yeah.
I'm like, whether it's, and I like No Way Home, I really did, but but after that, like Doctor Strange, like to me that's desperation. This movie is desperation, and obviously Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Doctor Doom. Like, I don't give a fuck what comic book issue this actually happened in. I don't care. Like, you're not gonna sit here and tell me that that's the reason why they're doing it. Obviously, it's not.
Yeah.
It's desperation.
No, for sure.
You know, no, it is. I agree, but it is like such an interesting idea, regardless. I think, like, from the
desperation.
Yeah.
Or RDJ.
Yeah,
See,
exactly.
Because me and Kobe kind of talked about this
even
already.
from like a desperation point, it's an interesting idea, because I do think it's desperate. I think they're like, let's get the guy that died Iron Man, and it kind of works as an actor.
Yeah, dude, he's got a bag on him, though.
When I said my initial thoughts when I heard it, even Kobe said this, I was on the fence about it. I was like, why the fuck are they gonna do this? Whatever. But as the role in general, I know Robert Downey Jr. is gonna kill it, because that's just how the actor he is.
You know what though? I was thinking about it and I was like, what if he just plays like Iron Man again? You know what I mean?
You know, that's what I'm very worried about, because when I initially saw it,
I'm a quirky billionaire guy.
Someone said he's probably
gonna
be from a different universe, probably gonna be from the Fantastic Four universe, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I hope to God that he's not just Tony Stark that turned to Doctor Doom, and he's like still Tony Doom's character, Victor Von Doom, Doctor Doom. He just fucking looks like RDJ.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Hope they don't like necessarily play on the fact that he looks like him.
Maybe he's just a variant who will be in there for 5 minutes. And then they'll get
definitely.
And then they'll get.
Definitely gonna be.
Especially if it's in Secret Wars, he's gonna be the main.
Because if he was just a variant for 5 minutes, they would have just saved it for a cameo.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And it wouldn't have done what they did in Comic-Con. Fucking the whole Doom people right
Yeah,
there.
they wouldn't have done that.
They need to get RDJ from Tropic Thunder though. They need to give him a bag.
Yeah.
And they need to put him in the MCU.
That's a good ass
That's what
idea.
we're missing out on, man.
Yep, that's a good ass idea.
Desperation.
That's a great idea.
You should be head of Disney.
I should be head of
You
Disney,
should.
man.
Why aren't you?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
I don't know. Send me a bag, Disney. About to put us all on the map.
What was the point you made?
Desperation.
Oh, desperation. It's an interesting idea. It was an interesting idea. You know, I agree. It comes from a place of desperation. But like I said, there was this guy, this YouTuber. He made a tweet. He was like, speaking from 100% of a comic book fan point of view and not a movie point of view, it's so crazy that it might work.
Yeah, and I mean that's kind of like my thing.
That's your
right?
issue. Is that it's from a comic book perspective.
They're trying so hard to like legitimize themselves as cinema.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But everything that you're doing is like counter that. Like this movie really feels, and I do want to kind of get back to like Deadpool and Wolverine specifically.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like this movie really feels like it was made in a fucking lab, like whose design is solely to make money. And like I get it, it's Disney, it's the biggest corporation in the world.
Mhm.
Like obviously most of their movies are made solely to make money. But but again, it's like when it feels like it's trying to be something more than that.
Yeah.
That's when it really bothers me. Because it's like everything about this movie is like it just feels so designed to create like these moments on whether it's like social media or again just to excite people to spend their money.
Mhm.
It doesn't feel like it's ever done authentically. And even like the whole like fan service thing like just really kind of bothers me because it like and again I said this on the last episode I think like I don't really like implementing what directors are saying about their movies and kind of like pushing that onto their movies. I want to take the movie as it is, but when the director literally says like I make movies for everybody, like it's for the general population and I don't make anything for myself, I just don't have any interest in like what you're doing. Like you have nothing to say as a filmmaker. You have nothing to give to cinema.
I see what you mean.
Okay.
And so like it's kind of perfect in a way that you would have this guy who has nothing to say make a movie that has absolutely nothing to say.
Yeah.
Okay, I hear that.
That's a good point. I mean, I can see
I could kind of agree with you because I didn't really take anything from the movie. I thought it was cool, but that was really it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I was like, it's a fun movie, but I don't know. That was it. That's all I got from it.
Yeah.
What about you, Mr. Smirks a lot? Fucking.
I just like I agree to a certain extent. I agree that whatever he made this film, whatever he wanted it to say wasn't necessarily anything, and he kind of just made it for a general audience. But like to say you can't walk away with a message, I think is not true.
What's the message you
I
want?
think it's about self-worth and kinship.
I guess
think
that's
that's
true.
pretty apparent.
I guess that's true.
And I think, I like I said, I don't think it's coming from the director in a way that like, oh, I want to make a movie about self-worth and kinship.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
he wanted to make a movie to entertain, and then he was like, well, this might be a good idea.
Yeah.
So I think you're right in that aspect. But, I mean, succeeded on accident is kind of what I can see. For me, personally, you know.
I don't know. What did you think about the movie, Jacob?
I thought it was entertaining. I mean, all Marvel movies are entertaining. Like you said, I feel like I can see both your points. Like looking at the movie back, especially, it does look like they took a lot of stuff and just kind of threw it in there. It was very I feel like it was very random in the beginning, especially like it was low key random everywhere. But once you said the self-worth, that kind of like clicked in my head. I could see that for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like at one point in the movie that they were like definitely trying to go for that, but then low-key they kind of stirred it away, and then it kind of like got into like into something like not low-key related. I
That's
guess
interesting because I think as the film goes on, it goes into it a lot more.
Really?
Yeah, because when you first hear it, trying to say without spoilers, it's
Yeah.
kind of he's kind of lost as a person with no given reason, and it's kind of like, well, what's the point? And then when you get into the reason, it even more so, it's kind of like, does that really make sense?
Yeah.
But I think as it goes on, when you kind of develop his relationship with Wolverine, you kind of get this sense of kinship. And,
Yeah.
And even probably more self-worth from Wolverine rather than Deadpool, but it is still both apparent in both characters, and you kind of get this bond between the two.
I guess that's where I kind of got mixed up because I like it's a Deadpool movie, but obviously Wolverine is a main character into it too. So I do see what you're saying right there. I was more focused on kind of Deadpool.
I get that for
but,
sure.
Yeah, I mean, it was alright. It's cool.
You know, I was gonna say about it being like created in a lab. I feel like this one doesn't really feel like that, but on a rewatch, I may feel like that. Like it doesn't really feel like they're putting like cameos and fan service into this one. It feels more like a meticulous plan for this one, because I feel like in the past, like Multiverse of Madness, they kind of just put shit in there, I think even arguably with No Way Home, it's kind of put in there just to put in there, and like that's fine. And probably on a rewatch, I'll probably feel like that more with a lot more moments. But like with certain characters, like nobody cares that these people are in the movie. So why isn't that a plan? You see what I mean?
I was gonna say, but do you think it works just because of the space that they're in, rather than it being a meticulous plan?
What do you mean, though?
Yeah, how do you mean?
Because I don't know. Well, the void or whatever, right?
Right.
They're in the void,
Right.
but then it's like you got all these characters or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, do you think they were just kind of able to do that with those characters because they're in this like fucking this area of absurdity, rather than it being like a meticulous plan, though? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean for sure, but I kind of mean that like every character is picked on purpose. It's not so like when we look at Multiverse of Madness and they do the Illuminati, it's a big fan service thing with Illuminati's from the comics. But like the characters are just picked for whatever reason. Really, it's not like they're comic accurate. Like a couple of them are, sure, but it's not. It's more so for the cameo aspect.
Yeah.
Even the Illuminati being there, because the Illuminati there in the movie is just the Avengers with a different name.
Yeah.
The Illuminati in the comics is completely different.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of there to be like, oh, look.
Yeah.
And with this movie, it is there to be like, oh, look, don't get me wrong. But it feels like they pick people on purpose rather than just being like... And I could go into that a little more, but I think that kind of goes into spoilers, so I don't say that yet.
Yeah.
See,
Well, yeah,
I agree with you in that Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, like, there's like 20 minutes in that movie where it is literally just, let's just fucking throw these people in there.
Yep.
And it's literally, and it ruins that movie for me, like, which could have been a really good movie. And I mean, there's other problems with it, don't get me wrong, but it really, like, you can't tell me that Sam Raimi was like, oh yeah, let me do that. Like,
I love Black Bolt.
I love Black Bolt.
And so, and with Deadpool and Wolverine, I agree that all of the characters are there for a purpose, but it doesn't make it any less stupid. Because
that's fair.
because you can't just take the characters at face value. They say things, or they're doing things, or there's characters where it's like you would have to be so into the fandom to even understand what's going on. And I'm just sitting there with the audience, and I'm just like, yeah, like this Thursday, like 7 p.m. showing, they'll understand it, but is anybody else gonna understand when a character like is referring to something that happened in real life that it didn't even get made into a movie, and that's your joke?
Yeah.
How does it like? I just don't understand how that's supposed to be appealing, and how that's supposed to be like funny, because again, I'm not gonna spoil the moment, but there is a moment where this character references a direct failure of Disney in making a movie, and it's like, what? How is that like your joke? Like that you are asked at making movies, and you're still trying to make the movie.
Right.
So it's like what's? I don't understand what's. I mean, it's like, again, what I was saying about like them trying to be earnest, but it's not coming across as such. It comes across as just like unfunny and like boring.
Yeah.
I don't get anything out of the characters that appear in the movie. Like, they're really just, they feel kind of stupid
there
to me.
Yeah, I think that's fair for the most part.
For
honestly.
sure.
Yeah.
I can see that point.
I was gonna say, we haven't even introduced the movie ourselves. We can probably like 15 minutes.
Yeah, low key, we kind of did get off a little tangent.
It's a little fun.
It is, but we should probably introduce ourselves.
All right,
This is our working title.
Yeah, this is our working title.
Welcome back to our
working
working
Welcome back to our working title. We got Jacob in the house.
Woo.
We need like special sound effects. If we ever have like another.
I need a soundboard.
Woo!
Oh yeah, you're right. We should get a soundboard.
We should get one of those like Disney Channel, like the clapping.
Oh no.
Laughing track and all that.
Laugh track.
Fuck yeah, dude, that'd be sick.
Yeah, you can have like a little button on the side.
Yeah, like Sam from iCarly. How
Tape it
about
right here and I'll
those,
just,
you know what I mean?
just hit that shit.
Yeah, that should be sick.
Well,
Um,
so are we?
What movie are we doing today?
Yeah.
I'm Kobe.
My name is Ignacio.
My name's Luis.
Jacob.
Today we're doing Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yep. This is the third Deadpool film, the 4700th Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. And yeah, I mean, we obviously already talked about it, so you can kind of tell what we all think. I obviously have a very, I don't want to say very different opinion. I think it was just, obviously, I feel a lot more strongly about, like, some aspects about it. But, yeah. What else should we kind of like talk about?
What else should we get into?
Should we go on the plot summary?
Deadpool is trying to save his universe, and he gets involved with the TVA, and he has to go find Wolverine. Wolverine gets involved, and they're both trying to save their universes, and they have an adventure out of it. That's the best way to
That's
put it.
basically it.
Perfect.
Yeah. That's cool.
Cameos along the way.
Cameos along the way.
Lots of fun.
Lots of
That's
fun.
fun. That's what people
Lots
say.
of fucking
You
You guys that hate
jokes,
small,
guys.
that's what we talk about you.
Dude, there were so
I mean,
many.
it's like-
so many.
I don't like that argument.
Yeah, let's talk about our theatrical experiences.
Oh, okay, sure.
Start Luis.
I mean, so many dick jokes in like the first 10 minutes of the movie. I was like, God damn, there was like 4 dick jokes in like the first 10 minutes.
It's raunchy, man.
Yeah, it's real raunchy, but I mean, I had a good theater experience. It wasn't anything too crazy. I had a hot dog and a soda, and I was like, this might be my movie combo. I'm not a
Yes.
big fan of popcorn. I'm
What
just
do you like? Never mind.
what? No, just
I was gonna say, have you not had a hot dog and soda?
no, not like that.
Or it's just been
I,
a while.
usually
get
when I go to
popcorn?
the movies, I just go watch. I get dibs. and I watch the
love
movie.
dibs.
Yes.
I love
I just get
Yes.
dibs. Like that's it. But
Yes.
my girlfriend, she likes to get nachos and the popcorn
I like
and the
the nachos.
soda.
Nachos are pretty
But I kind of wanted a hot dog, so she went to go get us a hot dog.
Where'd you go?
I went to AMC. Yeah, so hot dog and a soda might be my new movie combo.
Yeah, I like
You
hot
can't
dog
go
and
wrong with
soda.
the hot
I'm
dog.
not a big popcorn guy. It's just not me.
It's not for everyone.
But it was a pretty good movie experience for the most part, you know? Nobody was like, I mean, you always get that like 40-year-old white dude in the back like, haha!
Dude, yes, there's always.
Y'all have
always
no clue.
that guy.
Y'all
He's
have
always
no
like in the
fucking
back
clue.
right corner. Like, what is going on?
For real.
Yeah, no.
I mean, other than that, like, it was pretty good, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
What about you?
Alright. So, me and Jade surprised me to go to the movies Thursday. We went pretty early, 4:20 I think.
Ooh, good
She
time.
got low key high seat. We were all the way at the top. Which whatever, low key like
Was it MPX or no?
yeah.
Was it right? Oh yeah.
Yeah. And low key, I'm sure like when she looked at the sites, all the seats were taken. She got what she
Yeah,
could.
yeah,
I wasn't
probably.
complaining.
Yeah.
I saw the movie well. So we sit down, we're chilling, whatever, and there's an old dude right here, right next to Jade.
Damn.
There's either his girlfriend, wife, or what the fuck ever, and then their son or something. Bro, I'm not even joking. This motherfucker was chewing ice throughout the whole movie.
The whole
Damn,
dude?
really?
Whole movie, bro. I guarantee you. Oh my gosh, I
He got
guarantee
that
you.
good ice too.
He filled that shit up to the
Yeah,
rim, bro.
He
Because
just had a spoon and everything.
I had to stop Jade multiple times, like not because I know how she gets in movies. She doesn't go to movies for a reason,
Yeah.
and I had to look at her and stop her and like, don't say anything. Like, let's just not make it into a deal or whatever.
She would have told him something?
Yes, bro. She was
grab that shit. Throw it across the-
Bro, yes.
Shut the fuck up.
She don't fucking play about that shit. And
That's crazy.
Not to even add on to it, bro. You know how like in Maya up and down seats?
Nah.
Throughout the whole
Oh
movie.
my
Throughout the
God.
whole movie, I'm not even joking.
Those are
I
the
swear.
loud
That is
seats,
annoying.
man.
The girl
Oh.
the girl was talking throughout the whole movie too, like loud as fuck. The little
Dude.
son was too. I tried my best not to say anything. I didn't. I watched the movie, enjoyed it for what it was, but yeah, it was fucking. I was mad.
Damn.
I was definitely mad.
I can't go to the theater, dude. Like,
Dude.
it is the worst clientele ever.
So-
And it sucks because they're the only ones that show art house movies, and they have the best screen in the city. So but I can't do it. Because I would rather watch this shit on a fucking tube TV, black and white, than deal with people who talk and eat ice and are annoying.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
yes,
I was-
they're on their phone. Like, dude, shut
Loki,
up.
I don't know what was more annoying, the ice or him. And bro,
This guy,
after
dude,
the
that seat-
movie,
that seat is
he was
crazy.
walking after the movie, walking down, still chewing that fucking ice, bro. I swear.
How do you have 2 hours worth of ice?
So Loki, I
This
was
is like a
thinking,
medical condition.
I was
bro.
thinking about this shit too. The wife or whatever, she was going down to go get stuff a whole bunch of times.
my
I
gosh.
guarantee you, he
Oh,
gave her
yeah.
that. Yes,
Go
bro.
get me more ice.
Oh my god, bro! I was
That's
so
funny.
That's
mad.
crazy.
It was. I enjoyed it though. I mean, I had to enjoy it. So
Okay.
whatever. What about you?
I had a good experience, man. It was no one was talking, laughing. We had that white guy laugh, but I mean that was it. We went at 11:45 though,
Yeah.
so there wasn't a lot of kids or anything. It was
okay.
really just. But when we were first there, up top, I guess it was like 2 kids' birthday, like up top, and they were like, "Oh, let the birthday boys sit next to each other or something," and then they were like, "Oh, we're gonna sing Happy Birthday right at 12." And you know, like the trailers go for like 15 minutes. I was like, the movie's gonna start at 12. They better not fucking sing it. Luckily, they didn't sing.
Oh, that's good.
Or they might have whispered it, but I don't know. They're all the way up top.
How old were the birthday boys?
I don't know, man.
Why would you know that?
I mean, you didn't get a look.
Think
Like
they came in with
10,
balloons or what?
10, 7.
They have a little
bad.
Like, oh, it's your birthday.
I'm just curious.
That's so
Happy birthday.
weird.
Were they teenagers or was it?
I don't know, man. I didn't.
I just
see
thought
them.
you would have saw it. That's all.
He didn't go all the way up to the top one and be like, "Hey, bro, how old are you turning?"
Hey, bro, I heard it was your birthday.
Here's some free popcorn.
Here's some bibs, bro.
Yeah, no, I was cool.
That's cool, man.
I was lucky, definitely.
Nice.
Where'd you go?
He probably.
Where did you go?
Reading.
Reading? Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah, the clientele there is so much better. I don't think I could go back. I really can't. Like, it's really. And it sucks because the projection's worse. The sound is. Sometimes it's worse, but seating's obviously worse. Everything's worse. But,
Yeah.
I mean, again, like, I cannot stand talking. I cannot stand phones. I cannot stand anything annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went Thursday after work because I just didn't like. I just wanted to kind of get it over with. To be honest with you.
Oh man, you were just so excited.
Get it over with.
Yeah.
No, man.
But you know, there was the people in the audience, the losers or whatever, who were just like,
yeah.
oh my god, like, you know. But other than that, but they weren't that bad. There was like one person who would be on their phone and they would like lower the brightness. So it was like whatever, I don't care, you know.
Yeah, people that blast that shit, that brightness is
It's crazy. Like,
bro.
you're in the dark.
Yeah.
Like, why
Yeah.
You're in that Zen mode, huh? After work, dude.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's
You're
like
gonna be going
like,
back,
I went long legs. I don't know if it was last week or the week before. I don't remember now, but yeah, after work on Thursday, I think. And yeah, it's just I feel like I'm a lot more like whatever about stuff. And maybe it's a little bit harder for me to like fully be involved. I don't think so, but it's possible. But yeah, it was fine. Nothing too crazy. We were like on the side, so it wasn't really around anybody. That's really the thing that just bothers me. Like, it's just, at this point, it sucks because I love movies, obviously, but
On that Zen mode.
not too bad of a theatrical experience.
What time did you go?
I went like at 7:40.
You went on Friday or Saturday?
I went on Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was surprised I was able to get seats, to be honest with you. I was like thinking to myself, like, fuck. But no, I got some good seats too. Like, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, alright, cool.
Did you buy them online or you just went there and bought them?
I bought them online. God damn, dude.
That convenience
I
fee.
put, yeah, dude, I got like hit with like a fucking $5 convenience fee. This shit,
Yeah.
like damn near like $30.
Yeah.
I bought
I
mine in
was
person.
like, bro, I
Oh,
didn't
really?
even, I was like, I didn't even get the hot dog yet. Like, fuck, bro. But yeah, I mean, it was good though. It was good. Good movie experience. I was sitting there laughing, giggling the whole time.
Glad no one had the experience I had.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So, what were you guys' expectations going into this film, the first R-rated movie in the MCU? First time Deadpool has been in the MCU. What were you guys' expectations going in?
I don't know. It wasn't what I expected, to be honest with you. I thought it was gonna be a little better, and then I will say, like, I did kind of like think like it was gonna make the MCU like cooler again or something, but I
Was
feel
it
like
save the MCU?
yeah, like it just didn't really like do it for me though.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the movie, but I just wasn't that what I expected, I guess.
I just don't like that sentiment about like this next movie is gonna make or break the MCU, because like the MCU is obviously already on a decline, so it's not like one movie's just gonna fix the MCU. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna take multiple good movies to like be like, oh, this is becoming something again.
Yeah.
Like Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was amazing.
Yeah.
You know, everyone generally loves it, but like that movie isn't gonna save the MCU. Like that's not. Even with an Avengers movie, if it's like perfect, it's probably not going to save the MCU. It needs to be like a consistent.
They may like put it on like the good start.
Exactly,
But they need
you know?
to build on that.
And I think you could argue that this movie is a decent start. Like I think generally people are liking it, so it's a decent start. But like you could have said that with Guardians of the Galaxy 3. This is a good start, but
What came after? What came out after it?
The Marvels.
I didn't watch it.
was Black Panther 2 before or after?
That was before.
You know, I like Black Panther 2. I feel like people don't.
I need to
I
watch
feel like
it.
people just don't talk about it. Like it's not good or bad. They just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Which I think is interesting.
It was kind of like very hindered, very bogged down by like what was that one character's name that they added in?
Who? The villain?
No, it's a girl character.
Oh,
Sure.
Huh?
Sure.
the
No,
Iron
not sure.
Ironheart.
Ironheart.
Oh, Ironheart.
Yeah,
Oh,
like that storyline was like completely useless in that movie.
Yeah.
It added to like the runtime, and which was it's super long.
How long?
You know, I forgot she was
It's
in the
like
movie.
240,
yeah.
240 or something.
Really?
God
It's
damn.
one of the longest MCU movies.
I've never watched it. That's insane.
What?
No, I've
Yeah, I
never
haven't
watched it.
watched it either.
I've low-key been slacking on a lot of them, low-key. I haven't watched
Yeah.
that. I haven't watched the Marvels.
Uh.
I haven't watched a few of the shows either.
Yeah, I mean it.
Yeah, I haven't
it
seen
has
a lot
its
of
merits.
shit, to be honest
It has
with
the
you.
potential, in my opinion, to be one of the best MCU movies, but there's just things that just fall flat.
Drag it down.
I would say it probably is one of the better ones for me, just because it feels more like a film on its own. Yes, so I get what you're saying about.
Yeah.
You thought it was gonna fix the MCU. Like a lot of fans have been wanting this because it's been ass lately. So.
Mhm.
I get it, but I mean, I don't know. I just feel like going into this movie, and it just feels like it was weird that was your expectation.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I mean, if there's one thing I could say is that it did feel like, I mean, yeah, it was doing the whole like, oh, this is Disney and this is gonna be
Yeah.
rated, and then, like the Kevin Feige thing,
Mhm.
and which is like so annoying. But it did feel like it was trying to be first a Deadpool movie,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and not like a forced
movie.
MCU intro.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was gonna be cooler.
I just think it's. I mean, I get what you mean about it being cooler, but like, still on that kind of, it's gonna save the MCU. Like to expect an R-rated movie about a character that wasn't in the MCU to save the MCU.
Yeah.
Just doesn't.
It's not the right.
I don't. I think that's the wrong way to think about the movie.
Yeah.
But I get wanting it to be cooler.
Yeah.
I get that for sure.
Yeah.
What about you? What was your?
Honestly, going into it, and when it first got announced, I was super excited. Wolverine's coming back, and I was really excited. But then, like after, like look, I didn't keep up with it. I didn't know anything about that was going on, so I was going into this movie like not knowing anything. I didn't know cameos. I didn't know anything. Watching it, I thought it was good. I definitely have like I have a soft spot for MCU movies. Just
Yeah,
'cause
me too, for sure.
I've watched them since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I think genuinely, if I watch an MCU movie, I'm gonna love it. But it's talking about it with like maybe you guys or something. That's when I start like getting my
Your
kind of
real
criticisms.
opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did expect more. I didn't expect as the raunchiness, like so much,
Yeah,
like so
a
much,
lot.
especially out
Yeah.
the gate. How consistent it was, kind of just going throughout the whole movie. I thought like, oh, okay, maybe that we're gonna have our break now, but it would just kind of come back here and there, and I'm like,
Talking about getting pegged at one point.
yeah, I'm like,
And you know
damn.
that joke is funny for like a second, and then he keeps going.
Yeah.
And he keeps going.
I think that was a big thing in this
Come on,
movie.
man.
Is like they dragged a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Or like they could have cut it and it would have been perfect, but
Yeah.
they dragged it like that. Not to get into it already, but like that beginning scene, like I thought it was funny.
Now look out, that one was.
It was funny, but like
I like that.
I feel like it dragged just a little too.
I think that's fair.
A little too much, just
Yeah.
a little too much. Like if they would have cut it a little bit, because I was enjoying it, I was laughing, I was smiling, and then I was like, damn, like it's just kind of
I don't think it's like a spoiler to say like there's a lot of like he stabs like balls.
Yeah,
and butts.
and I love
a
the
lot.
action. The action was amazing.
Yeah, you know.
That shit
But,
was
like,
funny,
let's-
low-key.
It is funny.
It was
but-
funny, it
But then
was.
he keeps that part was like funny.
Yeah,
I thought it was
But then
funny,
it keeps
yeah.
going, and it's like
Yeah.
I think you're right. You could like snip some things to
Yeah,
kind of
for sure. It was a lot of stuff was kind of dragged out than what it
Yeah.
could have been, but
Yeah,
overall,
they stab a lot of butts and balls. And it's
Yeah.
like it's funny. A couple
nah,
times.
that one though,
That
where he
was
was
good,
like,
yeah.
that one was kind of funny. I can't
Yeah,
lie.
that's-
But then it
funny.
keeps going. and it's-
Yeah,
That white dude was like,
Exactly. Yeah.
but overall, it was all right. It was good. I enjoyed it. I didn't expect it to really like be groundbreaking for MCU though. Honestly, I mean, it was
Definitely,
Deadpool coming into the universe, Wolverine's coming back. If anything, that was like really exciting for me because it's a lot of potential down the line.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it honestly.
Mhm.
What about you, Kobe?
Honestly, I don't feel like I really had expectations. I was really excited when it was first announced, and then as time went on, it's like, well, you know, this Deadpool in the Disney like world, like, what is that really gonna be? And then the movie, shit, and then it was here, and I was like, man, I'm really excited to go, but like, I'm nervous I'm not gonna like it because I love the first two movies so much. Like I really enjoyed those movies, so I was like, I just hope I love this one. And I think I liked it a lot, but I don't know if I love it. And like that's fine, but I don't know. I didn't expect it to save the universe, and I didn't expect it to be the best movie there was.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not for sure.
No.
So I think I'm happy with what I got because it's about what I expect.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I think even I was a little surprised with how some of the, not necessarily the multiverse, but I guess the multiverse kind of how it was handled. It wasn't so people are just thrown in there for shits and giggles. It was kind of like, well, these people are picked for a specific reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, this I'm gonna say this now. It's kind of a minor spoiler. You can skip like a minute or two ahead. But like, the movie it's a goodbye letter to like the Fox universe and all these characters that came before.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, like Deadpool's in the MCU. Like he's really not. Like he's still in that universe. Wolverine is still in that universe. Like there's no. I mean, I'm not gonna say they're not gonna come to the MCU, but like, because it's probably gonna be that storyline.
Yeah.
But like they are in that universe.
Technically.
They're over there. Like it's a goodbye letter to that universe. If nothing happens after this, I don't necessarily expect anything to happen.
Yeah, me neither. Honestly.
I'm sure it will.
It's just hope.
Because
Yeah.
that'll bring money.
Yeah.
But I'd be totally satisfied if this was it, because that's what it was, you know. So yeah.
So it's a really good way to put it.
What about you? Expectations?
Yeah, so I mean, as I said earlier, I saw the first two in theaters, loved the first one. Second one was okay. And I've seen most of the Marvel movies in theaters. Grew up with them, like all of you guys did. And I've just and you know, my interest. I mean, even at Endgame, like at that point, I mean, I think that's when the cracks started to show for me, because that's when I started watching a lot of movies. But I still like loved it like so much, and then going back to it, just like liking it a lot less and less and less.
Yeah.
And so and then after that point, I mean, just having a completely different perception, because I just watched a lot of different kinds of things now. But Deadpool always seemed like something different. Not because it wasn't a Marvel movie
For sure.
A Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. But then of course Disney buys Fox, and then what's going to happen with this? That was up in the air for a while, and then they announced like it's still going to be R-rated, and then they announced that Hugh Jackman is going to come back as Wolverine, and then that's when immediately I kind of just checked out.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, again, I don't have this. I don't have any really connection, any meaningful connection to Hugh Jackman as his interpretation as Wolverine. I don't have any meaningful connection to the X-Men movies or any of the Fox movies.
Have you seen Logan?
No, I haven't.
You haven't seen Logan?
No, I haven't. So,
Wow.
which I would think would probably make me be even colder on this movie, but I mean, I know I've seen bits and pieces of the universe. I've seen, I know stuff that happens. It just kind of went, and I actually wanted to binge all of the movies before this one came out, but there's like 14 of them.
Yeah.
So I was like, do I really want to
watch like 3 of them?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I was like, do I really want to do this? So I did. I'll watch it eventually, but yeah, and then just the trailers and the marketing, and then just the Disneyification of it. I remember the first image that got leaked to the movie, and it was, and I don't really go to try to look at leaks unless it's like something I am just dying to see.
Yeah.
Like PTA's new movie, like I'm looking at the leaks for that. But like when I see like the 20th Century Fox logo, and, like it was like that, and then just Hugh Jackman in his like Wolverine costume, which just looked terrible in real life. And I was just like, oh my god, like they're the movie, I saw it. I was like Paul Atreides, like I saw it.
You saw
in my
that
head. I knew what was gonna happen. I just, everything came to me at
Paul
once.
Thomas Atreides.
And I just knew, I was like, okay, this is gonna be the worst.
PTA,
This is gonna be the worst shit I've ever fucking seen. And then, you know, the trailers came. I don't really even remember if I've watched like most of them.
I think I watched the first one.
I might have seen one like in the theater or something. And it just like, I mean, the first two movies, they have a lower budget than most comic book movies, but they don't feel like super cheap, and they don't have that MCU like kind of like filter. Yeah, exactly. They don't have that where it's like the
Yeah.
CGI just looks a certain way.
Mhm.
Like Colossus, right? That's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he looks like ass in Deadpool, right? But he looks like, but it's
But,
like
it's passable. Like,
no,
it's serviceable.
yeah, and it feels like it's part of like a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's not. It doesn't bother me that it doesn't look the best.
Mhm.
And that's actually like one thing I could say is good about this movie, that I feel like it does keep that in a way, even though, well, we'll get into that later. But yeah, I mean, I expected this movie to be like just absolutely abysmal, and the person who was directing it, it's like I haven't seen. I have to admit, I haven't seen Sean Levy's films, but
Oh man, you don't like Real Steel?
Bro, that's my childhood,
dude.
Like
Yeah.
even like and see like and I don't want to come across as like, oh, you haven't seen the movies, because I would do the same thing if I knew someone hadn't seen someone's movies. But when your like last movie was Free Guy, I mean, I just don't really want to see it. Sorry, but, so yeah, everything was just shaping up to be like this, like bullshit. I just didn't want to see it. And then of course like the whole Taylor Swift aspect of it, like that, even that was a part of it, and it was just like I don't. It just felt so.
Yeah,
Right,
like,
what Taylor's?
So
I know they're like friends in real life.
yeah, so it's like the Blake Lively thing, and there was just like a lot of rumors about like her and about her involvement in it, and she ended up not being involved in it. But still, it just felt like more commercialized. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
you know, it's, not to cut you off, but you know what's funny? It kind of like makes sense now to me, because I came back from the movie, and my mom like asked me like, what movie did I go watch? And my sister did too. And I told her Deadpool, the new Deadpool. They were like, oh, how did Blake Lively do in that? And I was like,
Really?
What the hell?
I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, she's in it. And I was like, she is? She's like, yeah, I guess she's in it. And I was like, low-key, I thought maybe she played the Deadpool girl.
She's Lady Deadpool.
Okay, so yeah, that's why I was like, oh, like, okay, yeah, that is her in there then. So yeah, I don't know. I thought that was funny though. I had zero clue that like she was gonna be in it or anything like that.
Yeah.
Only moms are obsessed with Blake Lively.
Apparently it should.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting. That's interesting. I don't
It's
know.
weird. I guess it comes full circle now.
Ask my mom about Blake Lively. She says,
I know, but you don't think that.
you know Blake Lively, mom.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah, but I guess that just kind of like added to the commercial nature of how it felt.
Yeah.
And then yeah, upon seeing the movie, again, I really want to go in with an open mind. I don't, but it's like again,
abysmal.
but I just have this epiphany. I can see what's gonna happen, because it's not like they're trying to hide what the movie is. Stop. And yeah, and it was honestly, it was a lot worse than I thought it was gonna be.
Really?
Really?
And I mean, I'm just at this point, I'm just gonna say this is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
That's crazy.
That is
I-
actually crazy.
I don't even know how you could call this a movie.
It is an
It
Ignacio
is a
Aztec.
commercial. It is a fucking billboard
That's interesting.
of advertisements. It isn't. It's not cinema.
So what is it advertising?
Marvel. It's fucking Disney trying to save themselves.
Right, but like with that idea, it's advertising Marvel. What I got from the movie is that this is a goodbye letter. So we might never see these characters ever again. Like that's kind of the point. Is everyone from this Fox universe, they're gone. Like this is it. So like, just as a like, I feel like those ideas contradict. That it's advertising Marvel, but it's saying goodbye to these people. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I mean, like I said, I'm sure they're gonna bring a couple of them back because that's money. But I still think the movie serves as a goodbye letter
Yeah.
rather than an advertisement.
I mean, I can see what you're saying as far as like the characters, but that's not even exactly what I'm referring to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just referring to the movie as a movie.
Mm-hmm.
The movie itself, the plot, the characters, not just the cameos, everything, the writing, it all feels like a commercial. It all feels like it's generated through a machine, and it doesn't feel. Let's talk about the opening credits, okay?
Okay.
So, the opening credits have historically for these movies been very comedic. They've been very comedic. Introducing, and then there was like the whole a bit of them like making fun of the people who were making the movie.
Yeah.
And that's not even in this movie. And just the way it's like, because it's none of it is shot in real life. It's all computer generated.
Yeah.
And it just looks so ugly. It's not good to look at. I mean, yeah, they're doing cool stuff. Like, oh, he's getting shot in his nuts. Like, but it looks like shit. It's like the CGI is garbage. You have Disney money now, so why is the CGI so
Well, they gotta pay additional people, you know.
I suppose so, but I don't know. The movie is so ugly visually, like, and that's the thing where it's like, if the filmmaking was interesting, then I could give it a pass. But it's just not. I mean, the editing is like passable, I guess. Like, I was never like lost throughout the movie. But again, visually, it's just, this is probably. I mean, I don't know if this is the worst looking MCU movie. I mean, it certainly doesn't have the worst CGI.
Yeah.
But I do think it is probably the worst like looking movie from a cinematography standpoint. It just I can't remember like any interesting shots. The only action sequence that I thought was somewhat interesting was that one take, which again is not
The street,
which was like on the with the bus, and then but then with the way it ends, it's just like
oh my god,
that was bad.
Horrible.
For me personally, the CGI,
Damn, I forgot how it
CGI
ended.
really didn't bother me like throughout the film because it's kind of I was fine. I was fine with it, but man, when they jump out of that bus,
It's when they jump out.
Wow.
It's
like,
bad, dude.
That was
It
like-
is bad.
that was awful.
I just
It was
don't
like a
understand.
360 game.
I don't get it. Like, why does it look so ass?
I even
And
seen-
then even when they're standing, they landed.
Yes.
It's still
Yes.
like they
Yes.
didn't be like, all right, let's cut and bring them in. Nope, just
I seen literally
they made us look at it. I was like, wow.
I seen literally a clip on Twitter where Wolverine is literally standing there like a fucking Mortal Kombat character ready to like
Yeah.
fight.
And I
just
didn't.
doing this.
I didn't want to bring that
I
up
didn't
because
catch
like
that.
I didn't either until
because
I
I don't
saw
like
it.
being like that. Cause it's like if I didn't see it in the movie, then it's like, you know, I can't really like inspect it with the magnet like this. But God, it looks
It was bad.
bad.
Like they make you sit look at it.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
And I noticed like, of course, like in the movie, like that jump out scene, I thought it was cool. And then like I started looking at it, and I was like,
it keeps going, bro.
"Hey,"
They
I was
just
like,
keep-
"Hey."
They just make you look at it, and then they land, and you know this is a funny joke there. I like that joke. But then they stand up, and they're still
Just
like
right there. I don't know. Man.
ugly, ugly. The only other part that really bothered me was when Wolverine first puts on his mask, because that's totally a CGI mask.
Yeah.
Oh, of
It's
course.
like, bro, what?
Yeah.
And then it's real later on. I was like, why didn't you just?
Put the real one on the whole time.
I was like, whatever.
They have this obsession with like not using real masks,
I
and
know.
it's like really annoying.
It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, is there anything else that you guys want to specifically talk about before we just go full on spoilers? I think we're pretty much there.
Yeah, I think we're there. I mean,
Yeah. I think
Everything
we're
else,
there.
Because a lot of my problems, I mean, we have to just say, we have to just straight up say so.
I thought the movie, like, I got tired of the humor after like a certain
It's raunchy,
and then
man.
once I got into the third act, I was just kind of like all right, like, I was kind of like ready to go, to be honest with you. I was like, all right, dude.
Fair enough.
And then like I just feel like the first act was like I thought it was alright, and then the second act I was like, all right, this is kind of fun. Like this is cool. And then the third act, it just kind of like dropped off again for me, to be honest with you. And I was just like, and then there was that whole sequence that you guys were talking about, and I was kind of like, it's cool, but whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I thought that shit was hella cool, and then they jump out of the bus.
but yeah, if they literally like may have like
They probably could have just
cut
stopped.
something right there, yeah, like low key, that's what I was thinking,
Stop.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then that bus scene would have been 10 times better, but that end killed it so bad.
Damn, that's
Gotta close
crazy,
my
man.
eyes.
I feel FOMO right now, because like I didn't catch it.
It's so
I
bad.
didn't catch it.
Lucky
man.
you.
For real,
Oh, dude, but
enjoy
no-
it, enjoy
not
it.
lucky me. I want to see it now.
I was like, oh my god, like wow, an interesting
Cool.
10 seconds in the movie, and they're just like, like, dude, oh my god, like, why did you just kill any interesting
yeah, bro.
thing?
I
Like,
must have been
oh
eating my
God.
hot dog or something.
You must
man.
have been
Like,
hella enjoying
You're
that
on
shit.
your dog, bro.
Oh god, dude, I fucking.
It's crazy because like you look at it for like a good while.
Dude,
It's
yeah,
kinda
like, it's
funny.
there.
A solid minute.
That's
dude.
the thing. It's like it's there and it's there. It's
Yeah,
like
it's still there.
when are we gonna stop?
Yeah, let's cut away.
That's
Let's
really funny that you
go.
didn't see it.
I probably did, but maybe it just didn't register with me. Because
Maybe because you already checked out.
Because honestly, by the time I got to the third act, I was like, all right, man, like this is. I feel like it was just kind of dragging on. And then with the humor and like Ryan Reynolds is like, I'm gonna stab you in the butt. Like I don't know. I was just like, all right, man. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, it is. It's. I'm fine with raunchy. I'm fine with dirty. I'm fine with movies being fun and just being like funny.
It's
Mhm.
excessive.
I'm not
funny.
like above any type of humor, but
I agree.
this movie it's not funny.
Excessive,
I'm
man.
not laughing during any of these moments. Not honestly, at least. I mean, maybe like the audience will just really feel something, and then maybe I'm like,
Bless you.
like I guess like a Scott, bless you. But besides that, like I really can't think of a single thing in this movie that made me legitimately laugh.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
but-
agree with that necessarily.
But I just thought it was excessive.
It
Like, I
is
thought it was
excessive.
funny, but I thought like at some points it was like really excessive.
No, for sure.
No, for sure.
I agree with that more so.
Yeah.
Because I think it's funny, but man, it gets excessive.
But
Sure.
Ignacio is a gifted hater.
Gifted hater.
Hey, I was born this way.
It's alright.
Embrace it.
So are we getting the
We're gonna-
spoilers
I-
now?
yeah.
Yeah, so it's
The
time for
rest
the
is
spoiler
spoilers.
discussion. So you've probably seen this because this movie made like $14 billion already. But
Dude, yeah, you saw the opening weekend numbers?
ridiculous.
What were the numbers
Yeah,
for
very
it?
depressing. But
What I saw was like 440 million, and that was like
Yeah.
before today started.
I think domestic, it's like in the top.
Wasn't like on
It's under
Friday.
Avatar too.
I think Friday
That's
alone,
crazy,
like
man.
they sold like 95
Fucking huge.
mil or some shit like that.
But,
But we should open a movie theater. Just let the
I'd like
money
to.
come rolling in, man.
No, I don't.
Those shits are not
I
profitable.
don't. Yeah. I don't
Get that
think
Disney
that's-
bag.
I don't think that's what's
Only when
happening.
these movies come out.
Yeah.
But I guess I'll go ahead and start off. I mean, this isn't even the spoiler part, but this just really bothered me. So people like speculated that there would be like a well, in the trailer, there's a part that looks a lot like Mad Max,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it is Mad Max. There
Yeah.
is a Mad Max bit in this,
Yeah.
but the thing is that it's not just a bit. It's literally a part of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially if you've seen like the Road Warrior,
Mm.
it's like they take that movie and they implement something in the movie as far as pretty much their base,
Mhm.
the villain's base in this movie, and it
Just give me the
and
spoilers,
it's like
man.
what's the joke there? I don't understand. I just don't get it. I might be missing something there,
Mhm.
but it's done and it's crazy because like that movie is just so good and it's just and like the whole set is like done in real life obviously, and then just to see like the CGI used in this
Like
movie,
CGI
it just
animated.
looks so ugly. Like the base is so uninteresting.
It
And
is.
when we get past the first act and we get into like the other world, like the world is so uninteresting. There's nothing
Even the
going
void?
on. Yes, it's so, I legitimately don't care. And not only that, but I didn't care at all about the villain. What she was trying to do, I don't even remember. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like her motive switches there at the end. For,
Yeah.
Basically, just for the plot, because like at first, like she just wants to live there. Like that's like she's been satisfied with that idea, and then Pyro tries to kill her because of the TVA, and then she basically gets mad at the TVA, and she's like, you know what? Now that you wouldn't leave me alone, I'm gonna just destroy every universe so I
They
can
just had to
rule
implement
here.
that, though.
And they did have to because they needed her back, but they just freed. Yeah, they kind of wrote themselves
Yeah.
into a box.
Yeah,
for
they
sure.
had
was
to.
lame
Like, what
as
else were they
fuck.
gonna do?
She like gets a sense of like heart or whatever from Wolverine, and it's kind of like I don't know, was that really enough?
Yeah.
Probably not. And then even then, 5 minutes later, she's like, you know what?
She's like,
Fuck that shit. That's not me.
And then
And
she's
maybe
like,
that would have been a
like,
little more
whatever.
interesting if they kind of played into that, like, oh, she let them go because she was going to kill them anyways. But that's not what they did.
No.
She let them go because she had a sense of heart, and then she was like,
Fuck that
nah.
sense of heart.
Yeah, so
Lame ass sense of heart.
yeah, they wrote themselves into a box there. They didn't know how to
Yeah.
get out for sure.
Yeah.
So they kind of just checked out for sure.
You know what though? I'll say the funniest thing for me was fucking Chris Evans' fucking flame on.
Oh, that's
I thought that shit was funny, man. I was like, he was like, flame on, and I was like, what the fuck? Like I said that in the theater, and I was, he went fucking flying.
I was lucky the same way because I was
I
like,
thought that shit was cool, honestly. I was
I
like,
looked
that's
at
fucking
him
sick.
and it didn't register in my head. I was like,
Oh, I knew he was. I knew.
It low key, I don't know
Yeah.
why it didn't, but it didn't. And
Yeah,
then he
yeah,
said flame on, and I was like, oh, I'm fucking dumb. I'm
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
dumb.
Dude, I thought that shit was funny as fuck. I was like, that was probably my favorite part in the whole movie.
Damn, bro.
That shit was funny, man. Because it didn't register with me either. I was like, alright, like, that's cool. We got like Mad Max, Captain America. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And then he's like, flame on, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot that was a movie. You know? Yeah, this shit was funny, man.
Yeah, that's crazy because like as soon as I saw him, that's like I knew it was that
like,
way.
it didn't register.
Like he has this. The 4 is like kind of like there.
I don't know.
And you
Yeah,
can't really see it.
I didn't see it.
Isn't it?
But what else would he have on?
He had the
America.
fucking,
I don't know. I knew it was
do-rag
you.
on.
Yeah, right. And that's probably the one part that I did like grin at was like when because he's purposely acting bad.
Yeah.
Because I'm like because of that. And so that was like a little smile that I had because he's acting like an idiot.
You smirked a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little smirk.
Got a couple scoffs after that.
Not a scoff. No, just a slight grin.
Man, I thought that shit was funny, man. He's like, flame on. I was like, oh shit.
Honestly, I love everything with Wesley Snipes' Blade because I think that shit's hilarious. Like how he's like. How Wesley Snipes is himself, how he's like, I'm Blade, I'm the only Blade.
I'm the only
ever
Blade.
get."
Yeah, that shit
And
was
then
so
fucking
funny.
Deadpool looks at him, he's like, well,
it didn't
and,
look like it.
there's a whole nother problem with that. But that joke in itself is funny because Wesley Snipes and how he treats himself as Blade. He's like, I'm Blade, I don't gotta pay taxes. I mean, you gotta pay taxes. I think that shit's hilarious.
Yeah.
And he's like, I thought you were retarded? I thought that shit was funny.
Yeah, I actually
That
laughed
shit had
at
me
that.
dying.
I laughed at that.
I like that one.
No, it's funny.
So I like everything they did with Blade, to be honest. I think that shit was hilarious.
What was the whole thing with Elektra? Is that what you were getting at about the failed movie or whatever?
No.
Were you talking about Blade?
Talking
right?
about Blade.
Yeah.
Oh, she was in Blade? I never seen
No,
Blade.
I'm talking about Wesley
MCU
Snipes,
is trying to
'cause
make
he's-
Blade.
Yeah.
No. I'm talking about Elektra.
Yeah.
She was in the movie.
back
She
in the
has a
day.
movie.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
So
So
Elektra-
Elektra had a
yeah.
whack ass movie back in the day.
So that was like an ass movie, and so then that's why she's in the movie.
Yeah, dude.
I
like,
think
alright.
they could have picked. I bet this is what I bet. I bet they couldn't get Ben Affleck
Yes.
to do Daredevil.
Yep.
So they were like, well, let's get Elektra.
Once I saw Elektra, I knew. I was like, oh yeah, they couldn't get Ben
And I was
Affleck.
like, I forgot about the rumors that she was gonna be in the movie, but I was like,
That could be part of the joke, though.
Could be, but is that too much credit?
I actually don't think so. I actually think that that's probably what they were going for.
All right,
But then
that's
again, they
fair.
have Blade in it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
I don't know.
And then who else?
What about
and then
Candy?
it's like,
Candy.
dude, yeah, dude, like,
that one is hilarious.
That shit was
I did
so
not
funny.
know that.
yeah,
Like-
he was like when he said
He was like-
that was the one part I did laugh at was
Yes.
when he was like, "What the fuck did you just say?" Or whatever. That was funny.
Hilarious.
That was pretty.
And
Funny.
then
Yeah, I'm about to make a name for myself.
Why are you
Right.
doing
He acts
so
like
good?
he acts like how he did in the Hateful Eight, and it's actually
Yes,
it's
yes.
really, he has the same accent rather. So
Yeah.
that's
Bro turned into
funny.
fucking Chet Hanks for a movie.
And then when fucking Deadpool tells him like, "Were you really, or like, did you just really want to be Gambit?" Like that shit is fucking hilarious because like obviously that never
worked-
happened.
Dude, they worked on getting him in Gambit for like 20
It's like so fucking funny because he was like, "Were they really talking about it, or was it just you?" And then they like play into it like a couple times. Gambit's like, I don't really remember my universe because it never fucking existed. Like, I think that shit is.
He's like, I think I was born here, yeah?
yeah,
Some shit like
his
that.
fucking cheap ass suit. Like, oh my god, that was hilarious.
Yeah, that shit was so
Because I didn't
funny.
really notice how cheap his suit was until you see like a side view.
Yes.
And, like, the panel, it's not like a full-on costume. It's like a panel on top of a black fucking
Yes.
jumpsuit.
Yeah.
I was like, god damn. So I thought that shit was hilarious.
Nah, that shit was funny as fuck, man. Yeah, I'm about to make a name for myself, boy.
Yeah, honestly though, I could care less about Elektra. I feel like
That was
I don't
just-
know because it wasn't very funny. I feel like maybe what you're saying is it's part of the joke, but like other than that, I didn't think it was very funny. Like I thought Blade was funny, I thought Campbell was funny, and then Elektra was. Oh, they killed Magneto.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, like.
And they mentioned Daredevil. I think they said that he died or some shit.
Did they?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
because then he says sorry to her.
Yeah.
Oh right,
Yeah.
and she's like, eh. Yeah, you're right. I wish they treated X-23's character a lot better.
Yeah.
Because she's not like this legacy Fox character. Like she was a very big part in Logan. So for her to just be like the Gambit, the Blade, or the Elektra, but X-23, I think that was pretty lame. I think she could have been incorporated as an actual character.
That's what I thought too. And I thought
Rather
she,
than-
I thought she would have once she got like introduced.
Literally, like it seems like they're setting her up for that.
And like I low-key thought, like the way that they were going about it, it seemed like she would have been the leader out of all of them.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
like that never got established or anything.
And you know you get that little moment with Wolverine, and it's like, oh, they're probably gonna lean into it more. No.
I thought low-key we were gonna get a fight scene like where they're fighting alongside each other or some shit.
I thought we were gonna get costumes.
Yeah.
I was like, huh. And you know, she's at the end of the movie, sure. But,
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like she could have been an actual character rather than just.
That's what I thought too. And I thought she would have.
So I thought that was pretty lame.
Never happened. Yeah, it never got established.
That was pretty lame.
You know what suit I actually did like though was the Wolverine
brown suit.
Yes,
bro.
they should have went with that one, bro. That shit was hard as
that
hell.
One was so good.
Oh my god!
Because honestly, the yellow suit, it's not.
It's just not appealing. The colors, they don't really
it's
go.
Whatever, you know. Yeah, I mean, in general, I like the brown and yellow. I like the mask, but
I thought the mask was silly.
But just like yellow and blue, I like the brown.
That brown and yellow looks so
much
good.
better.
It looks so good.
Yeah, and even then, it kind of has a little bit of the MCUification.
Of course, but I thought it looked way better than the one that he's wearing.
The brown suit was really cool. I wish they did that one. Oh, the fucking comic accurate short Wolverine.
Oh my god, that shit was hilarious.
I mean, it looks like
funny.
shit, but
it was funny to see.
funny.
And then fucking Henry Cavill.
Oh, that was
that
was super interesting, to be honest, that they did that, because I wouldn't fucking expect that.
I've
pretty funny.
Yeah.
I've seen hella people like saying like, "Oh, he killed this role." I never thought that they would like actually like put him in there as like, a little
exactly.
joke.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty funny.
That shit was hilarious, and he was like, he's like, "I know that body" or some shit.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Like,
I was
there's
like,
no
"Who the fuck
way.
is this, man?"
I didn't know either.
And then fucking Calverine, I was like, all right.
Calvary.
I didn't expect that.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Other
What
than
else
that,
is
what
there?
else was there? Like,
I feel like we talked about the
Towards the
movie
end,
in general, right? Did we have any?
we have
any
all,
complaints?
all those Deadpools at the
I
end.
feel like you covered most of your complaints.
All the Deadpools at the end. I remember the Deadpools at the end.
You know, I like the because like it comes from the Deadpool kills Deadpool.
That's what I thought too.
I like that book a lot. The Deadpools in there are a lot more unique though. They're not just kind of costumes.
Yeah.
And like I not necessarily that I expected a whole bunch of them, because I mean there's a budget and it's clear that they're just trying to make a bunch of costumes, and some of them are different.
Yeah.
But like this one specifically, because there's kind of like a rebellion for Deadpool, and he has like his little group. There's like Panda Pool. I wish they would have done Panda Pool, because it's kind of like Deadpool, Lady Pool, Kid Pool, and Panda Pool. But they didn't really do that.
Yeah.
So I wish they did.
The fucking,
Which is whatever. Fan
fucking
service.
Nice Pool.
But, yeah. Oh, honestly, Nice Pool is funny as
That
fuck.
shit was hilarious,
dude. When he's like, how long does it take you to generate? He's like,
regenerate. I started dying, bro.
Yeah, man, that shit got me. I thought that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, Nice Pool was funny.
You can see what else they.
Little Dog Pool.
Yeah.
They blew his fucking head
Dog
off,
Pool was
man.
funny.
Dog Pool was funny.
Dog Pool was ugly as fuck.
Yeah.
You know what? I really like the joke where fucking Wolverine's shirt rips off in the end.
Oh,
yeah.
Because it's not like it's battle damage. Like no, it's like it fucking atomizes. Like
Yeah.
what the fuck are you talking about? So I thought that was a funny ass.
You know who I thought was actually pretty funny too, and there's like a little side character. It was that dude that was like all horned up on them.
Oh, Peter?
The TVA guy? No, the TVA guy.
Oh.
I thought he was kind of a little funny little joke.
Yeah, he's a little joke.
Because like
Horned up?
yeah, look, dead ass. I mean, what else you gonna say?
Yeah. And then he was what does he have?
He was bricked the fuck up.
He gave him his helmet, I think.
His helmet.
Yeah.
Right.
Damn, dude.
Oh, you know what joke I thought was fucking hilarious? When Peter comes in with the Deadpool costume, you see his fucking balls.
Fucking ding. Dude, I noticed that shit too. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, that was funny as shit.
Yeah, that was funny.
Fucking Debbie Downer.
Fucking bulge pool.
What the fuck? I didn't even say anything. I haven't even said shit for like 5 fucking minutes.
That's the problem.
God damn,
Over
dude.
there like
Sorry,
this.
I'm not fucking jerking your fucking shitty ass movie
I
off.
don't like his fucking
God
bulge.
damn, dude.
His bulge.
I didn't even say anything.
You
I'm
know you
not-
were thinking it. Nah, I'm just
I'm minding my
kidding.
freaking business, dude.
Let me see what else.
Jesus.
We talked about Cassandra and her motive changing was kind of dumb.
That was pretty dope.
History won't be kind to this movie. That's all I'm
Nah,
saying.
they really
History
won't.
won't be
You
kind
think
of
it'll
this.
be kind of No Way Home though?
No, because I think No Way Home is still fine. It's not insulting like this.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, because I don't think it's something. You're right. Let me see what else. CGI bothered me. Not really.
Towards the end, did you guys watch the end credits scene?
I did, yeah. Thought that
I
was
didn't watch
funny.
it.
That was really good.
It's just he like goes to.
I heard about it though.
Did you see it?
I didn't
Like,
watch it, but
afterwards?
I watched the
No,
video.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's where they explained it.
Chris
yeah.
Evans.
Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't watch it?
No, I didn't watch
Oh.
it. No.
Yeah, he just goes to. He like rewinds the footage, and you see Chris Evans talking shit about Cassandra Nova.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Yeah. I think that joke is funny when he gets his fucking skin peeled off.
Dude,
That was
brutal.
goddamn.
Yeah, that was pretty-
Brutal.
You know, I like
My
all the-
girlfriend got scared. Had to comfort her.
You gotta console her.
No, I'm kidding.
I like the part when like Cassandra puts like her
Oh, her
fingers.
That
in
shit looks so
everyone's
fucking
head.
crazy. Like
Yeah,
goes
that
through
shit looks cool.
their eye and shit.
It's crazy. That shit looks really good.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
does.
I like
Fucking
that.
jerk. Look at this dude.
I think it looks really.
It
good.
looks really good.
compared to the rest. Yes,
Okay.
dude. Like, look at his mask.
I agree.
Like the bus scene. Like, it looks really good compared to the rest of them. And I more so mean the close-ups because when she's like dragging him around, you can tell.
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
like-
And it's, I feel like it's
Yeah,
more
yeah.
like the consistency too, because it looks like that throughout the whole movie.
yeah, you know, I feel like it kind of works.
They never like drop
I
or
think
anything.
no, I think it works. I think it looks pretty good.
Oh, Deadpool.
Did you guys think the Sabretooth fight was gonna drag out a little longer?
I didn't really expect anything. I didn't care. I never really.
I didn't really care either, but I was just like, oh, well, the motherfucker just killed his ass.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's part of the joke because you know he's like,
Yeah.
oh, they've been waiting for this fight for years, and
Fucking
he just kills him.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty good.
What'd you guys feel about the fights throughout Deadpool and Wolverine? Like throughout the movie?
Thought that shit was cool. He was crawling.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look the greatest, but like I said, the CGI didn't.
It did look funny.
But I mean, I thought it was cool. You know,
I think my favorite one was with the car, and the
Oh,
woods.
when they're fucking?
they're fucking.
Yeah.
They're fucking in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I thought for sure they'd do a longer joke about them. Like they do the joke about the car shaking. But
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna do a long joke about grunts and moans.
Mhm.
I mean, that is like throughout the movie. That's,
Exactly.
That's like the
So I
main
kind of
joke.
expected it, but
Oh,
yeah,
you're saying in that scene.
Yeah,
in that scene,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
No, because yeah, the whole thing is kind of.
Yeah, it's like this weird like obsession in this movie is like it being like they're gay, and it's like,
You know,
I mean, I'm not saying that like that. It's not like the biggest criticism I have with this movie. I don't think it's like homophobic or anything. I just think it's like stupid. Like it's just, like I never like is that really funny? Like
I think it's funny because, like, you see Hugh Jackman as this like huge testosterone masculine man, and you know when you put these men in like feminine situations, they get very uncomfortable, and you're like, loosen up a little bit. You know, it's kind of funny. You see these high masculine men, and like you see a gay man next to them, they're like, loosen up a little. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, I think you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Like you kind of
It's
like
like
you don't
a-
have to be so macho.
It's
You
almost
can
just like
be
a
cool out.
stereotype.
Exactly,
Yeah, it's just a stereotype.
Yeah.
Big, strong guy.
And like,
machismo.
Exactly,
Cheese.
exactly. That's what Hugh Jackman is,
Yeah.
and like Deadpool's kind of this feminine character. And I saw somebody complaining about how they're like, I don't remember
Deadpool
the
is
term
not
they said.
bi-curious.
I think they said gay baiting.
Yeah.
Well, he's pansexual. Like that's true to the character.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, he's appealing to Wolverine because he's not. He doesn't like this feminine side. You know, he's
Yeah.
this big masculine man.
Yeah.
So I get it. It works for me
Yeah.
personally.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really think much about that.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Part of the humor, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh,
Is that- is that it?
anything else? Any final thoughts, or is this it?
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else, man. What do you rate
I
it?
feel like I'm missing something.
Well, Chris, I don't know if anybody else has anything else before we rate it.
I feel like I'm missing something.
Say the ABCs, bruh.
Trying to think.
Sing them for the camera.
I like what the movie says about self-worth and kinship, even if it's not on purpose.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's there on purpose, but I don't think the director is like, I want to, like I
Those
said,
are his
earlier,
intentions.
He's not trying to make
Yeah.
a movie about
Yeah.
that. He's like, oh, this would be good for the character.
Mhm.
But yeah, I do like that it says, because like the previous movies, I think they still have something to say.
Yeah.
Even if it's surface level Christmas shit, you know.
Yeah.
I enjoy that because I'm not expecting a metaphor for confidence.
I'm trying to think.
What happened
I
to
was
Ignacio?
expecting that from Longlegs.
Shut the fuck up! I'm not expecting a metaphor for communism. Oh my god, you sound like those people on fucking TikTok who make fun of fucking film bros. Oh, when you're watching Ratatouille instead of a black and white documentary from the '70s about Serbian princes. Like, dude,
Look,
what do you
hold on.
What do you even talking
Make
about?
this argument. You can't make this argument because in the last episode you were saying I sound like those people that want every movie to be a metaphor for something.
What?
That's what you told me when we were talking about the movie in Longlegs, and I was saying it doesn't mean anything. You were like, "Oh, this fucker wants the movie to be a metaphor for something."
No, I'm just saying that your little comment is stupid.
These comments are on the opposite side of the spectrum, so you can't say that I sound like. Well, I mean, you could say I sound
both
like
ends of the spectrum can be stupid.
right, but you're telling me.
So you're both ends of the spectrum,
You're
which
telling
are
me-
stupid.
You're telling me that I am this person, but it's not because we've seen it be.
No,
like
here's the thing,
this.
Kobe, is that like this is like this genre of movies is the only one where you're like a hypocrite on, and so that's why
That's not
why
true.
and
That
so
is
that's
not
why and
true
so that's
at
why
all.
I'm getting on you
That
about
is
it.
so not true.
Gotta get my
100%
hot
not
dog
true.
and my
Because
fucking
these
soda.
fucking kaiju movies, they are not high cinema. Like that is not. I like movies in general.
At least they have some fucking texture. Like this movie's like
Dude,
the
you can
smoothest.
say that, but oh, you mean
dirtiest-
literally? You mean?
I mean literally it has texture. Like
Yeah,
there's-
yeah.
the movie is like is textured.
yeah, I get what you mean. It's not
I
crafted.
can see it. I can feel it. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
just.
Mm-hmm.
This,
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's fair. But I mean, I wouldn't. I get that argument in general, but for this movie, like I said, I think the planned out aspect kind of takes it away from that. I mean, I get what you're saying. It's like what I sound like by saying it's a metaphor for communism. But I said it purposely because I said that about Longlegs. Like I'm not expecting it to be a high art movie because, and like I said, the reason I was so critical on Longlegs was because I did expect it to be.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is that like, I feel like in your comment you're like passively aggressively trying to tell me that I want this movie to be
No, because
something.
I don't think you.
And
I don't think
it's like
anyone
that
should
is so
expect you-
further from the truth.
Yeah. I don't think anyone. I think that's more so what I'm doing is I don't think anyone should ever expect that.
Okay.
And I think I'm kind of poking fun of it because like when people say like, oh, there's this guy that doesn't like to have fun, that's why he doesn't like this movie. That's a dumb argument because like if you didn't think the movie was fun, then you didn't think the movie was fun. Like you
Yeah.
can't just suggest that.
Mm.
Like for the people that poke fun at like film bros or whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean, poking the bear a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Poking the bear.
That's why I get good on you. Yeah, I mean,
Dude,
again,
it's fun,
it's like it's not that the movie isn't about something, or it's not that it's not shot on film, and it's not all like it's
Right,
not
it's
all of
not
these
that.
things.
Yeah.
It's just that I just think that it's
It's the Disneyfication.
ultimately.
Yeah, because I mean,
In
I
more.
think you could see it in Star Wars too. You know,
Mhm.
it's not necessarily just Marvel movies.
worse.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
Disney. Yeah.
Probably way worse than Star Wars. And fucking
I mean, I guess it is kind of Marvel movies because there's the Sony stuff going on too.
Star Wars is kind of shit.
Yeah, I mean, I like Andor.
Yeah.
I like Bad Batch.
Her Bad Batch is really good.
Book of Boba Fett was shit.
The Boba Fett was really bad.
And the only thing good about Acolyte is the fighting. It's literally.
I didn't finish Acolyte. I watched the first episode.
Literally the only thing. I haven't watched it either, but I've seen clips here and there, and it's literally some of the best lightsaber fighting since the prequels.
Mm.
It's
I
probably
can see
it's
it.
low key better.
Yeah, I mean, prequels get a little crazy sometimes.
Yeah, because like
Sometimes
if you
cool.
go back and watch like in the prequels, like there's a lot of like swinging for like no
Yeah,
unnecessary
that's the point,
reasons. Yeah.
Nice.
Final thoughts, guys.
Go ahead, start with Luis.
I guess final thoughts. It was alright. It was entertaining. That's about it. It was entertaining. Flame on. That was like my favorite part. I'll be honest.
What's your rating?
And my rating probably like a 6
Out of 5.
out of 5. 3, I guess. I get 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Fair. Jacob?
Was it the worst MCU movie? In my opinion. But it was entertaining. It was good. I think
Want to cut that out?
I'm probably fuck you. I think I'm probably like where Luis is at, maybe like a 3, maybe a little bit below, but it was good. I had a good experience. So yeah.
Not gonna lie, I like these dumbass movies. I'm at a 4. I'll probably on a rewatch, I'll probably be at a 3.5, and then on another one, I could see myself going to a 3. But I think
What the fuck are you? Wait. How are you at a 4, but you could see yourself going to a 3?
Because at my like as I watched it, I was like, yeah, this is a 4. And then predicting how.
No, but
I don't think I'm
you
gonna
do
go
this
to
a
3.
lot. Why don't you just stick with your rating?
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
it sounds like
right now.
you think it's less, but you're trying to cope with the fact that it's less.
No, because I'm thinking like when I initially left the theater, I'm like, yeah, that's 4 out of 5. And then thinking about it, I'm kind of like, well, it could probably be like a 3.5, and I'm like still leaning towards a 4. But on the rewatch, I put money down that I'm gonna be at a 3.5 just because of the conversations we've had, and kind of sticking with the idea that this movie probably isn't gonna hold up towards the future. So it's probably gonna go down.
So you're at a 4.
I'm at a 4. Well, after this, I'm probably at a 3.5, but let's stick with the 4.
Take what you get. Take what you get.
Stick with the 4.
What do you got?
I'm gonna put it on Letterboxd. and
Let
it's
me
probably
guess.
not gonna be a 4. It's probably
Let
gonna
me
be a 3.5.
I'm gonna go to 2.5.
Real quick, you said the worst movie you've seen?
One of
Or
the worst
worst
movies
MCU
he's
movie.
seen. No, in general.
No, he said in general. Yeah. Oh, never mind. He's at a
I
1,
was
probably.
like, 2 is too high.
I'm at half of a star.
Damn.
1 out of 10.
That's
Like I said, this is a product. It's a commercial. It is something that it's not a movie. Like it's this is the culmination. This is what it feels like, the culmination of Marvel's issues, Disney's issues. As a not as a movie making as a movie making company, but as a business. And it feels like the last stand for them, to be honest. Something that they just needed to do that would have been, of course it's going to make money, of course it's going to be big. That's just what it needed to be.
Yeah.
And that's just not why I go to see movies. It's not why I love cinema. And I just feel like every MCU movie and every Deadpool movie, most comic book movies give me something to work with and start in a cinematic way. And this movie just does nothing interesting, and I will never watch it again.
Not even Flame On?
No.
what part did you say? Like? Oh, Gambit, right?
Gambit.
Yeah,
bro.
like, I mean, like,
You
yeah,
had like three
Gambit-
little here and
Gambit
there.
saves
yeah,
the
but it's like
movie.
smirks. I mean, it's
Right,
not
I
like.
mean,
I mean, this movie's over 2 hours long.
Yeah.
You know? It's like.
I wish he would have said like Bumbleclaw or something like that as he's fighting.
Yeah, that might have
It's
given
not
additional.
Cajun, man.
Is that what he's supposed to be, Cajun?
He's Cajun.
Oh man, that was not
What do you
Cajun.
think he was?
I didn't know. He had like 4 different dialects. Like I didn't know. Cajun is more like, alright baby, we're gonna be making some crawfish today. Go
That's
throw a
what he
stick of
sound-
butter now.
Like that. I feel like that's what he sounds like. To an extreme.
I'll
Obviously.
be honest with you.
I mean,
Speak like 4
that's the
different
point,
things.
though, is that you can't.
Alright now, baby, we're gonna be making some crawfish, mac and cheese. Go and get your stick of butter now. You guys ever watch that guy, Ralph the Baker? He's
Yeah,
Cajun.
I remember you
The
should.
W sauce?
Yeah, come throwing that W sauce now, baby.
Oh, you know what? I do know what you're talking about. Yeah,
I
you're
freaking
right.
love it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you could have come down to double season, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's funny.
Come
That's a
get that
good one.
W sauce now, baby.
That's a good one. That's a good
You
one.
thought he was Jamaican?
I fucking love that guy. That dude, just the way he talks, man.
Like Cajuns?
Yeah, I just cool dialect, man.
But you
What
didn't
you
think
learning?
Gambit was cool?
What did you say?
You didn't think
I thought Gambit was cool.
Oh,
I liked Gambit. He was cool. It would have just been funny if he pulled out a stick of butter instead of a card. Is that it, guys?
What's the?
That's
I think that's it.
I think this is it.
That's it.
That's a wrap.
That's a rappy rap.
Alright.
I'm gonna cut that out.
Okay, that's fine. At least it was at the end.
Alright guys, if you made it to the end, here's a funny little clip of them talking shit about me while I leave the room. Enjoy.
But, yeah, I get what you're saying about like how you expect. I mean, I feel like a lot of the fans now are like
Bro,
they
hold on,
want.
pause real quick. I gotta do this.
Okay, go
So
ahead.
just remember what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
And then I'll cut.
Bad guy.
Dickhead.
DK. Bad guy.
You gonna bring me food? Alright, my bad. Alright. Do one.